I'm Brian Shuch. I'm the director of the UCLA Kidney Cancer Program. I'm a urologic oncologist, and my practice is mostly focused on kidney cancer and patients with VHL disease who are at risk of kidney cancer. So 4 years ago, we were extremely fortunate to get an Advanced Discovery Award through the KCA. Myself and my collaborator, Heather Christoph, who's our deputy director of our cancer center at UCLA, we embarked on a project evaluating basically arginine vulnerabilities in kidney cancer. We saw that basically taking arginine away from cells in culture for several types of kidney cancer, there was a potentially slower rate of proliferation. Cells are more sensitive to additional therapy like mTOR inhibitors. So it led to a whole kind of pathway where we characterize arginine kind of synthesis and some of the therapeutic or metabolic vulnerabilities. This has really helped us kind of focus a whole therapeutic avenue. We first tried to focus on targeting asparagine uptake or asparaginase, which has a FDA-approved agent. We're going to repurpose it. But downstream of it, it actually led to us figuring out that one of the pathways altered were with purine metabolism and purine synthesis. So there's two ways that basically cells get purines to make DNA. And there basically is a drug which targets purine pathways. It's called 6MP. It was discovered in the 1950s, FDA approved now, over 70 years. So we actually have taken the support from the KCA, got a paper which was a high impact paper in cancer discovery, but the KCA really allowed us to kind of do the fundamental preliminary work. And since then, we've been able to translate it into a couple other grants through the V Foundation and the Phase 1 Foundation. And I'm so thrilled to announce that we will have a clinical trial for patients with HLRCC. It is a hereditary form of kidney cancer. Patients also get fibroids and skin leiomyomas. And we are writing a trial now with 6MP, which would be used to target patients with advanced kidney cancer using this drug, which is well tolerated and already used in practice for some forms. And it was not going to be possible without the foundation laid through the Kidney Cancer Award that we received 4 years ago. Yeah. So my postdoc fellow, Dr. Shinji Otaki, did receive a research award for rare or unclassified kidney tumor through the KCA. That's another small mechanism to get kind of seed funding, and his focus was looking at the role of NF2, which is a tumor suppressor gene altered in some unclassified tumors, also in HLRCC. Kind of used it to kind of set the foundation for a couple models with HLRCC or unclassified tumors. We have potentially a couple drugs that can target that pathway, and he has some interesting data which he presented last year at the KCA. We potentially have a mouse model in development that might be able to be useful to help us kind of have another model of this rare disease or unclassified kidney cancer, but that would not have been possible without the initial seed funding from the KCA. So funding gets more funding, and again, a lot of these seed grants allow us to kind of plant the seeds for a tree to form, and eventually when the tree ends up making a fruit, the patients can actually benefit. So for someone who's interested in fighting kidney cancer, who's a clinician or a physician scientist, obviously there's a lot of resources through the KCA. Over the past few years, the KCA leadership has really taken so many other smaller groups and helped them basically come together for a common goal, common mission. Basically, really the KCA is an umbrella organization to fight kidney cancer, and there are other groups that kind of work together, and the KCA has really developed a lot of grants for rare forms of kidney cancer, and they've kind of, supported some of those kind of more focused groups in their fight. But just showing up to the meeting, we have a great CSO, Salvo De Rosa, who's allowing us really to kind of learn about many of these opportunities. We have a new Kidney Cancer Mentor Academy, KCMA, which really helps to kind of help the next generation of clinicians, physician scientists. So coming here, hearing about all the opportunities, Salvo laid out some of the projects going on with Tempest, with their own fellow, with some of the Trailblazer Awards, the Mentorship Academy, potentially an animal workshop in the future. There's so many different opportunities for someone who's interested in research, and kind of just coming here, you kind of get reinvigorated. You can hear about some of the opportunities to kind of support research. Kidney cancer is a small field compared to breast cancer or pancreatic or prostate cancer, but there are opportunities. Sometimes it's just kind of keeping your ears open and going to a place which really, this is the main priority. Yeah, so in terms of research, patients would have a lot to look forward to. The field is rapidly changing. In the next few years, we're really going to probably have a lot of kind of revolutions in how we work up and diagnose renal masses. Just like our colleagues in prostate cancer, which have kind of used molecular imaging for the past 5 years, we have that, we're on the cusp, and we have an agent that can target the most common form of kidney cancer, clear cell, for diagnosis. It also eventually can be used for theranostics, for basically using a target which has basically either an alpha or beta, a nuclear emitter that can actually go to the cell and damage it. We have a lot of different kind of trials in progress for novel agents, and I think we're very excited about them too. We also have a couple different trials that are looking at new treatment strategies, a non-invasive way to kill kidney tumors that are small. We have a couple other ways to deliver radiation. We have a trial using Y90, which is basically a sphere which has radiation to deliver radiation more locally to tumors in the kidney, and that's been done in the liver. And then we have a new type of robot which potentially offers patients even smaller incisions, maybe quicker recovery, so a lot of different advances throughout the spectrum of kidney cancer, in multiple different forms of kidney cancer, a lot of exciting changes. And coming here, you kind of can get reinvigorated to hear about some of these advances and eager to kind of go home and start implementing them. So obviously patients who are very grateful, and they give back to the fight against kidney cancer. It's so appreciated from the field because they can pay it forward. All the research which helped them, they can help push forward more research that helps other people or maybe themselves in the future. So obviously, grateful patients are grateful to the people who take care of them, and the institution that treated them, does benefit. But the KCA looks at the bigger picture. There are medical steering committees, there are, the board, there are, grant committees, which they look to see what is the most pressing issues and who are the people in the country doing the most exciting work that is going to quickly translate to patients. So all the different fingers that the KCA has its hand in, those different pots, they can direct the money to what's going to be the most promising, the most bang for the buck. And there's been researchers all over the country that have been able to benefit from the KCA's outreach, where, if you're at one institution, you only know one doctor and they might be focused on maybe one little aspect. We do know that the KCA focuses, the proceeds to the people who are doing the exciting work. And as you see, it does have, fruits from those initial seeds.